Mike's on.
Yeah, we're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody tomorrow among our guests will be Yankee manager Aaron Boone. Let's get some calls in. Nick in Staten Island starts us. What's up, Nick?
Hey, what's going on, Mike? How are you?
What's happening?
I happen to agree with you. I don't think Phil or Tiger is going to really have.
I'd love to see Phil win, but I just don't think he will.
But just out of curiosity, what do you think would be bigger for? You think it would be bigger for Phil to get that career Grand Slam, or would it be bigger if Tiger could get back in the win column?
I think it would be bigger. If you ask me, would it be bigger from the ratings? It would be bigger if Tiger won. The ratings would be bigger if Tiger won. I think in New York, there'd be a sentimental feeling for Phil. They love Phil in New York. So I think it'd be close from that regard. But nationally, if you're talking about the ratings, if Tiger was winning on Sunday, the ratings would be astronomical. Absolutely astronomical. Because there's nothing else on. He'd be on from 3 o'clock to 7:30. That's what time he would tee off probably on Sunday. Round would be 4.5, 4:45. They'd end at like 7:30-ish. They cover every hole. It would get astronomical ratings. If he was in the last group and he wound up winning it, he would, man, forget it. He would. The ratings would be enormous. Biggest ratings they'd had in years in golf. Chris in Farmingdale. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Mike, I'm actually going to the Open on Saturday, so I basically wanted to touch on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just looking at the scorecard from the 04. Obviously, I wasn't really paying much attention to it, but actually only 2 guys were under par, so hopefully we get a bunch of better scores this year. And I would love to see Tiger in the hunt, man. I think it would be great for the sport. It's just kind of funny and ironic how now he has to beat out all these young golfers who obviously grew up watching Tiger, and the only reason I'm sure they even play golf is Tiger. So in order for him to win it, he's going to have to go out and I'm sure and beat a couple of these young guys. So I look forward to being there. And
good. You'll have trouble following him. You're better off if you've never done it before. Find a hole.
I did that to Barclays.
Following him on a weekend if he's in contention is impossible. Absolutely impossible. Following Phil, the same thing. You can't. It's just impossible. You can't get close. But if you find a hole and go with that, see, I don't mind it early in the week, but then I like to be home on Saturday and Sunday because I think the coverage is much better when you can see everything on TV. Because it's hard. Golf's a sport that's better on TV because you got to be able to move around. You can't be everywhere on the golf course, and you can't follow one golfer you can't follow a big golfer on Saturday. Sunday the crowds are just too big. Alan Paramus, what's up, Al?
Hey, Mike, DeGrom. You know, it's nauseating to me when Yankee fans call up and want to steal DeGrom.
No, I haven't heard. They've been pretty fair, I think, to be honest with you.
But, you know, as soon as you mention maybe they should trade him, the floodgates open up with the Yankees on jumping up and down on how to fleece him. In fact, I don't want to trade any of the pitchers. You know, hitting is the problem. And if you're going to rebuild, Mike, you got to rebuild around the pitching staff. And as far as this hitting, I think they got a batting average of 228. This can't go on like that. They need Cespedes back in the lineup. They have to start hitting. I mean, when you go back in history and look at their hitting, they haven't had this low of a batting average since in over 45 years.
But this is a team-wide slump, though. This is not a couple. This is not one guy. I understand Cespedes isn't there, but this isn't one guy. They need to replenish the team. They have no talent. They have no young talent. They're the third oldest team in baseball. That's a big problem. They're the third oldest team. The guy that they have to have in the lineup, and I said this when I did the baseball preview with Dog before the season started. I said Cespedes is as important to the Mets as any single player is to any team in baseball, and you've seen that. When he isn't there, they don't score. And I don't know when he's coming back. Shipping him to Florida is not a good sign. If you put him in Port St. Lucie, you're thinking now weeks. If you send him back, he gets 2 at-bats, gets a couple of doubles, and now he's hurt again. So, I mean, I don't know when he's coming back. And to me, they need young players desperately. That's why if you could trade at DeGrom, it doesn't have to be to the Yankees, but if you could trade DeGrom and get yourself 3 players you could plug into the lineup and have young athletic players, I'd be tempted. I'd be very tempted to do that. Drew and Trenton, what's up, Drew?
Mike, how you doing? You know, I absolutely love DeGrom, but you 100% have to float his name out there. I mean, it's come to that point. If you, like you said, if you can get 2 or 3 very good top-notch prospects, you got to consider
guys who can walk in and start tomorrow. That's what you want. Guys who can walk in and be and we mention the Yankees for this reason. Why we met? Like, I don't believe in Yankee Met trades. They don't happen very often. The reason I bring it up is we know the players on the Yankees that we're talking about, so that people get an understanding of the level of the prospect we're talking about. So when we talk about Andujar, talk about Frazier, talk about Austin, when they know them. If you're talking about another team, you don't know their prospects. So, you don't know, you can't visualize because they're just names. So it's a very different thing. But it's a way for them to rebuild and do it with guys. I'd be looking for guys that could step in and play right away. Guys who are just about Major League ready or already on the Major League roster, but just young. That's what I'd be looking for. Anthony in River Edge. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
What's happening?
Hey, so as a Mets fan, I would love nothing more than to trade DeGrom because I just feel we are wasting his prime years.
Well, obviously. I mean, if you're going to go 2-9 when he pitches to a 1 ERA, then you got to get rid of him.
I'm starting to feel bad for the guy because, he knows he's wasting this. He's got to be frustrated. So a team like, if you go reach out to Boston, the Yankees would try to be in the mix too, because Boston has some young prospects too. That they have a pretty deep farm system and some young players that could get a good haul for DeGrom.
Well, I know what's on their Major League roster. I don't know what's on their minor league rosters. I don't know. There might be stuff there. Maybe there is. I don't know. See, that I couldn't answer for you. I admit that I just don't know what's on the minor league rosters for these teams. I mean, Torres was a guy we had heard a lot about. So we knew about him. We all heard about him. It's funny. Remember, before they got Torres, everybody here wanted Schwarber. We all wanted, because we had seen him. Not that Schwarber would have been bad, because he'd hit 30 home runs in Yankee Stadium every year. I mean, I don't know what his average would be, but he definitely hit 30 home runs. Back after this.
And now,